There's still a whole bunch of shit we didn't find about this clown.
Let's start with one of the other ones.
All right. Okay. All right, we need one for him. How about him? We need one for him. They probably have the same thing because they have the same...
Yeah.
Okay. All right, before we get into this, I think, because they're not twins. So I think he's the Rootree. I think he's not the Rootree. Because remember they ran off. She was already pregnant.
I do remember that really horrible story. Yeah.
That really great story.
And Stephen Garland is a fucking saint. It was like, yeah, I'll raise another man's baby, no problem.
Yeah.
I love this woman too much to not do it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just do a quick James Garland. Aren't they on the West Coast? I feel like
no. I don't. No, they're in Boston.
Boston. Really weird... That's right. There's Boston.
Yeah, they're in a weird city for a vegetarian sandwich shop.
They're in Boston. It's a weird city, period.
Nah. I thought Boston was really nice when I visited.
Fuck Boston.
Wow.
I'm joking. All right. Yeah, okay. How about the Heterold? No. News time. Piketty. Did we ever look up Friday in, I feel like we did.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna look again. My Boston homepage. You know what? Let's just see. My Boston homepage is run by someone with eclectic tastes. They claim to rate things on a scale from wicked awful to wicked wicked.
Yep. The most recent thing to receive wicked awful was an antique store called Bee's Things. Apparently, the owner, Beatrice, is not very friendly. The most recent establishment to receive a wicked wicked is a comic book store in Cambridge called The Million Year Picnic. As far as you can tell, nothing besides Friday seems to be connected to your search in any way.
Okay.
Wicked.
Wicked. Okay. This is wicked overrated. I saw it in Shift Signature, so I went there, and there was a huge line, and they didn't have a single meat dish. What's even the point? Okay. Where's the... There we go. There were books. The Plated Loaf. Kitchen Tales. I don't remember the... No, you know what? Let's just look up Kitchen Tales. Mark Zimmer. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that's right. It was Garnishing the Truth.
And also it's the other guy's name too.
Steve Garland.
Yeah. There we go. Christine, thank you for everything. Support means the world to me. The apple of my pie. Gag me with a spoon. The second is James and Robert. Improve my storytelling approach to recipe. Oh, God. Steve, are you responsible for all the fucking recipe websites where you go and you just want the ingredients list and the steps to make the thing, and it's always a fucking story about, I remember when I was a child, it was a warm summer day, and my grandmother did this, and she served these amazing cookies, and et cetera, and et cetera. And you have to scroll really far to get the information you want. I'm going to force feed you this Saturn memory before you can before you can see my recipe. And then it's just like the most bland ass recipe.
You
It's like just so basic.
you feeling a little bit better about getting that out?
I am, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, this I know we looked up McCarran's brew house.
Did we?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah. Stevie G wrote a book about food. We prefer cocktails, but he gave us a shout out. We ain't gonna say no to free press.
That's right.
So go grab a bite at his kid's joint Fried Eye and then swing by to meet him for a drink.
Yaw. I like this little wholesome chunk of family.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we'd probably find the other smoking gun by focusing on the clues we've already found.
Yeah, I'm. So, like, where do we start?
Go back to the bulletin board and look at the clues we have for these boys. Oh, plated loaf. What's chef's signature?
The magazine.
Nah.
Well, let's see here. So vegetarian dishes, but they always have them. So. Let's look up the samosa cone. You bullshit.
How dare. Pureed peas, carrots, and a special ginger. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. That's what
James answers. Okay.
My father was a chef, and my mother grew up on a farm that supplied his restaurant. That's how they met. I don't have any memories from the farm or anything like that since we moved here before I could even talk. But they told me stories. My dad's a great storyteller. I wonder if it has something to do with the Anderson farm. Because, like, okay, when we moved, they were looking to open their own restaurant together. Unfortunately, they never got it off the ground. His line cooking ended up being less temporary than he hoped, and she had to go back to work as a secretary even after Robert was born. That's where it was when... Wait, even after Robert was born?
Well, that's how he got her.
Well, no.
Her job.
Yeah.
This is the older kid.
Who? Wait, I'm getting confused here.
This is James.
Okay,
It's James
yeah.
and Robert. Robert's the younger one, so he's remembering shit that happened before his little brother was born.
Right. So the thing is, when did Guy knock her up? Was she at the farm? That had to have been when she was at the farm.
Yeah.
So okay, that might be relevant because what was their mother's name? Christine Farrow. Here we go. Secretaries. Christine Farrow was hired in 1976. Okay. No longer listed amongst the secretaries, but a Christine Garland has been hired.
And then she got married, yeah.
Right. And then she left in 1978.
Yeah.
Okay. So she met Steve when she was working at the farm.
Yeah, when she was doing deliveries to the restaurant where he worked.
And then she moved up to the... But, all right. Well, this is... Let me... No, it's not going to be the Anderson farm. I don't think that's relevant.
No. I'm wondering can we have a look at the order the evidence is presented?
What do you mean?
Back to the bulletin board.
Oh, the bulletin board?
Yeah. So 6 pieces, chef's signature, the plated loaf, company records. No, I guess it doesn't really...
Yeah, the plated loaf spelled out the whole affair.
Yeah, and then chef's signature is the boys' restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The piece about the boys' restaurant. Okay,
Yes.
So... Well, I guess it could be in reverse chronological order. Because starting from company records, then plated loaf happened, then chef's signature, then 6 pieces, which is the most recent. there anything we can find out about Christine Farrow?
That's not a bad idea. Let's go that route. I spell her name right? Yes.
Okay, and her married name is Garland.
Mm-hmm. Nope. All
Nope.
Right, let's...
Butler County? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Antonelli's.
Antonelli's, that's right. Owner, Rochelle Zimmer. Christine Garland responded. Well, she delivered produce from her mother's farm, not the Anderson farm. It was just well, because the Anderson farm was like maple.
Right.
Like, I think that was pretty specifically all they did.
Yeah.
But she was delivering veggies.
All right, so...
Did we look up Rochelle Zimmer? I don't know how that might be relevant, but maybe. Nope.
No, come on. Bookmarks.
Fucking bookmarks, of course.
Okay.
Book signings. Lauren Roottrees did a book signing in 1970.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. And then Mark and Steve Garland became besties.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Okay. I wonder, Garland Farm?
You mean
Wait, no,
Farrow.
Farrow Farm.
It was OAH, right? Yeah, OAH. No.
Damn.
Like, this is rough because like it's now it's basically challenging us to find every single thread, and that's
Well, we don't have to.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna tell us whether like okay.
I think it'll definitely help in a lot of cases. In this one, it's pretty clear cut.
So James is a blood relative.
Yeah, James is one of Guy's many sons,
and he is not.
And he is not. Yeah.
Okay. And this one's tricky because we believe that she was conceived via in vitro.
Well, that was the story. Remember, there was like a news article or something about there was a whistleblower who was like, we do IVF, but we also provide a cover service for infidelities for women who don't want to admit that they were, promiscuous.
Right.
He didn't name any names, but it was implied that that's the deal with Min and her mother.
Because it doesn't involve line ties, but in vitro first was brand new, barely a year old. After the first successful IVF birth in 1978, it seemed the industry began to grow. A featured article about different companies all over the world and the cost that they could charge for their services was in Business Watch. This included a few cases of high-profile customers willing to pay a premium. Apparently, at the time, the CEO of Lang Tai was Lang Hongbo and his younger daughter, Lang Jinyao, and her husband could not have children. So, in an attempt to create a suitable heir, he paid Key Genes,
yeah,
to have their child implanted in his older daughter, who was unmarried. Cost for this was apparently 380,000 yuan, or just over 100,000 USD. In his older daughter,
yeah, the one who
Xin Yao is the Xin Yu. Okay. So, because there was another thing here. Jerry, Linda, and Mark Hahn appeared recently on a website called Focus on Philanthropy under the headline Hanging with the Hans. The Hans were chosen because they donate significantly to causes that further Chinese American culture. Jerry and Linda were both born in China and fell in love during college. Linda's father led a large company. This article never names it. After it expanded to the U.S., Linda's father approved their marriage so long as Jerry took over the U.S. portion of the business. Linda jokes that the entire situation is like something out of an Alanis Morissette song, with how ironic it all ended up. I was absolutely terrified to move to the United States, but my big sister was desperately in love with the idea. She used to have this Butch Cassidy poster on her wall and was obsessed with Robert Redford. But somehow, Jerry and I were the ones sent here, and now we couldn't possibly imagine going back. When we had Mark, we never even considered giving him a traditional name. Meanwhile, my sister stayed in China and has thrived there. She doesn't even like visiting the U.S. anymore. Our kids are complete opposite, though. Mark couldn't wait to travel abroad as soon as he was old enough. He's actually in business school in China now, working with my sister. Our niece, who grew up there, was the opposite. She couldn't wait to get here. She started calling herself Lucy Lang in high school and flew out here as soon as she graduated. The name change apparently drove my sister absolutely loco. Okay. And her biological name is Min Lang.
Her biological name?
I mean, you know what I mean. I'm fucking tired.
You're fine.
You know what I fucking mean.
I have to give you a little shit.
No, no.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
Right. No, I'm kidding. There's really nothing else about this.
I'm very interested that there's one more piece of information we missed.
And in the middle too. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's very useful. Huh. There was okay, but there. Okay, hold on. CEO of Lang Tao is Lang Hongbo and his younger daughter Lang Yao and her husband could not have children, so in an attempt to create a suitable heir, he paid key genes to have their child implanted in his older daughter, who was unmarried.
Right.
So no, she's not.
There are two kids.
Right.
In the article Hanging with the Hans, Shin Yu or Shin, I can't remember. The younger sister and her husband have a son.
Right. That's Mark.
And the younger sister mentioned her older sister has a daughter. 2 kids.
Right.
Maybe one of them was.
So what it sounds like is that their son Mark was implanted into the older sister via in vitro and then was given to them after she gave birth. And then she, who was unmarried, had her own daughter, Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the question is, she's unmarried. Is this one of Guy's children? Might be a root tree, I think.
What did we find about Min? Like, because she's in that robotics club, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised that that's not here. That's how we got her name. She was in the...
Well, it might be in the evidence.
Yeah, it was definitely in the evidence. This one. With Talon Claw, the robot she worked on at Mideastern University, you find it in the school's newspaper.
Yeah.
So, Lucy Lang in the Herald. No. There we go, Herald. Yeah. The one that catches your attention is Lucy Lang. She grew up in China as Min Lang, but came to the U.S. specifically to attend university. She says she grew up around factory-scale machines. Okay. In addition to robotics, she loves linguistics. I don't know if we ever looked up Min Lang. Just in. No, of course not. Team Talon-Claw. Let's do it. Also, has been selected for appearance on the singer. Okay, yeah, that's all we got. Okay. All right. I genuinely think that I think we need to put her as possible. Because, like, she could be. It's impossible to prove with the evidence that we have, but a DNA test will confirm that.
Well, where did she come from, though?
I mean, we did. Okay, so here's the way I'm understanding how this is laid out in the game. We know that, like, obviously, Shinyu had her. The evidence that we currently have, I think when it says, like, but it's impossible to prove. It's impossible to prove with the evidence that not DNA tests.
Well, there was something about key genes, which I think is really weird that it's not in the Smoking Guns, because I really clearly remember there was a whistleblower who said, yeah, we do IVF, but we also help cover for unwanted pregnancies, and that's where a lot of the money comes from.
Okay. Well, no, but that's the thing is, like, yes, the key genes was for the younger sister for Mark, because they couldn't have a kid.
Yeah, but then they used key genes again to cover up Shinyu's affair with Guy. Let's plug key genes into fucking Spider Search.
I don't. Yeah, here we go. Whistleblower. Apparently, the services were in some cases falsified. While they did often perform IVF, the whistleblower proved that a few of their customers paid a very different service, an alibi. The company would claim they performed IVF on someone who is already pregnant to create a cover story for high-profile families who did not want to give up the child but did not want the shame of an unmarried mother. The whistleblower claimed that they had helped to do this at least 6 times, but only provided proof of one case, the daughter of an American politician who is unrelated to your investigation. Key genes shut down soon after, and both founders have reportedly fled to Lebanon, where there is no extradition to either China or the U.S. Right. I get what you're saying, but I think in the context of the game and the articles, we can't prove it with what we have. This has to be verified through DNA, which we don't have access to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I get what you're saying. She 100% might be, but we can't prove it unless we get this last thing that flat out says that Lang Tai was guilty or was found working with key genes outside of that other one. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like
well,
that.
Can we plug key genes into a couple of other?
Yeah.
Like into the periodicals.
An article you already read about the head of Lang Tai, but then again, there's a long article that spells out a huge controversy. It seems that a whistleblower came forward to the U.S. government about key genes, which was said to have been founded in China by a partnership involving American and Chinese medical specialists, who then built their medical facilities in the United States. The article mentions the whistleblower's claim. Key genes will sometimes claim that they performed IVF when they did not. This would often be used as an excuse for an otherwise unexplainable pregnancy. They'd fly their clients to America, where they would stay for an extended period of time, then return to China with news of a successful IVF pregnancy.
Shinyu didn't like coming to America.
Exactly.
She went like once and didn't go anymore.
Yeah, the whistleblower apparently presented the Department of Health and Human Services with credible evidence. At the time of the article, it was still an ongoing investigation, but Business Watch speculated after copies of the proof were leaked to various media sources that they couldn't imagine a world in which the company would be allowed to continue operations without facing serious legal or financial consequences. No, she hated... Oh, that was the last one.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
But here's the thing. So she hated coming to America. Doesn't mean that if she came once and the experience was that she had to stay here for a while, that that's still credible. It's still not a smoking gun that she is. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely proof. We definitely need a DNA test for that one.
Sure.
That's yeah. Like this is very similar to the this is very similar to the crocodile thing, except the only thing that we could infer with the crocodile one was his mother literally came to bail him out. As far as this is understood, this could have just been a normal IVF. You know, we don't know. So I'm gonna leave that one as possible.
Okay.
All right. Ah, Flavio.
Oh, Flavio.
What are we missing from you?
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure he is one, but... Alright,
Well, let's open up that one, and see if there's anything else we can dig into.
Form. She sent a proxy. All right.
Can we go back down to the last paragraph? I wanted to finish reading that. Unmarried, does go on to say, relationship history. She stays out of the spotlight. She doesn't even appear at shareholder meetings. Okay.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah.
Is that the year Flavio was born? It must be, because I remember he's 18. Okay. It's 1999.
Yeah. Yes.
So he could have been born late 1980, which we know that fucking guy was giving huge amounts of money to his various mistresses when they got knocked up.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's just... it's come up many times in Business Watch due to their status as one of the wealthiest media companies in South America. There's too many results based on one-off mentions and name drops for anything to be useful. Okay.
Well, what about Nia's name?
Yeah, I'll check that in a second.
Okay.
Come on, Team Blast.
Don't let us down, Team Blast.
What was it? It was Nia. What was her last name? Suarez. Or Alves.
Yeah.
Not in T-Blast. That's not what I
Not in
meant.
Team Blast.
Here we go. It was many forms of media in Brazil under the umbrella of Sao Paulo. Business Watch has mentioned her by name a few times. The most relevant appearance seems to be an article about the struggles of American media companies to do business with their foreign counterparts due to a difference in laws. A few media groups and countries are discussed, including those in Africa and the Middle East. Sao Paulo in Brazil is also discussed. Due to lack of freedom of speech laws in Brazil, there has been added bureaucracy in publishing certain stories on Sao Paulo's channels. He is extremely private about her identity and supposedly once used her connections to have a reporter fired from a rival network and blacklisted.
Damn.
The journal claimed that this was to shut down a story he was doing about her personal life, including that her marriage in 1973 was not of her own choice. His research claimed that she essentially had her husband forced upon her as a child bride at the age of 15. Child brides were not outlawed in Brazil until 1990. Jesus. Yikes. It also claims that past appearances with her husband have been for show. They do not live together, and that she resents her own parents for the arrangement. The final claim was that she must have made her money under the table through nefarious and possibly illegal means during Brazil's dictatorship, as his research uncovered that she could not possibly have earned enough to start a media company otherwise. After making the statement, the reporter went to hiding in fear for his safety. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Roottrees. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
I'm going to go ahead and say Roottrees.
Yeah.
Survey says...
timeline lines up.
Survey says Roottrees.
That new information about the circumstances of her marriage to that politician sheds a whole new light on things as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. What else? It says that there's 6 possible root trees still. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Are there what? Am I missing something?
How many little squares total do we have to determine? There's 1, 2, 3.
There were 13. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4.
The fuck tree. 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
10, 11. Where's 12 and 13?
Wait, what?
What? Why is there a question of whether they're possible root trees? Holy shit. What?
What?
What the fuck? I mean,
okay.
It's not a question of who the father was in that case. The mother was the root tree.
Yeah. But,
What? Wouldn't it be fucking wild if
this entire bridge...
No.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? Okay, remember the older one tried to have the younger one disenfranchised from the fucking Clansed trust because he claimed he was born out of wedlock? Wouldn't it be wild if the older one wasn't actually his mother's son?
Okay. Also, hi, Luke. Not yet. Thank you, but not yet. Anyway. All right, let's do these. So what are we missing for? Oh, we have them all. Do we have them? Yes, we have them all. Good. Thank God.
Well,
okay.
I mean, they're twins.
You're right. Definitely, these are definitely root trees.
Yeah.
Because this dude was like, oh, this is I'm not the father, so I'm gonna vandalize this school in a rage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Okay. We gotta go back to the 5 Ps guy because apparently we were missing a ton of shit from him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 6 things versus how many are we missing from the Ronnie and Robbie? 8.
Yikes.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back to that. Okay. All right.
Okay. 5 Ps.
We can do this. We can fucking do this.
Slim Shady.
All right, Slim Shitty. Let's do this. David Fellows. Let's just start with that. Let's go with. All right, just real quick too, for my own sake. All right, we need 6 items. We have 9 to 15, so we'll just keep an eye on that. All right. Haterold. Sure, probably not, but... Modern Music Monthly. Really?
Would it not be easier to just leave the name field alone and then just go down the list one by one instead of retyping?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Darling.
Really, none of these are gonna bring up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we got those. Piketty. No. Sure. It's going to be a root tree. There's been a myriad of articles in his hometown's newspaper that mention him. Nothing appears to be new information. It all rehashes the News Time article and his web search results. The newspaper's music critic did review his latest album. They gave it a 3 out of 5. Five Piece is popular and attractive enough that even though his music is not targeted towards teen girls, they seem to be paying attention anyways. While he hasn't done any interviews with the magazine, they've listed him amongst the hunky hotties for the past few months with small bios that tell you various facts about him. This includes his real name, David, his birthday, February 9th, 1977, his star sign, Aquarius, and where he grew up, foster care in Portland. A letter to the editor also claims that it's not possible that he was born in 1977, as he claims on a song called 17 Magazine that he turned 17 in 1992. The editor responds with a statement that they've reached out to his agent to ask about the song, and were told it wasn't performed by 5Ps, and that they shouldn't print rumors. Yeah, I tried all these. Okay. Let's go take a look at his article. Okay, mother and Guy Hudson. The article concerns his insistence that his father was Guy Hudson. The story was dramatic and sensational, and initially dismissed as fake until a DNA test proved that he was related to Guy Hudson. 5P says that his mother Joanna was Zach Morden's secretary when he retired, and then Guy Hudson's secretary for only 1 or 2 weeks after that, before she quit. The first few weeks that he was president. His parents divorced when he was 4 after his father learned of the affair. Felix and his mother then moved to Portland because she was afraid for her and her son's life. He grew up with her until he was 16, but one day his mother never came home from the movie rental store where she worked the register. The next morning, they found her dead from an overdose in her car. She had stolen all the cash from her drawer and spent it on heroin. As Felix went through her belongings, the only things he had to remember her by were a hairbrush she always used, some photos, and a stuffed animal from her childhood, but then he found it. A box hidden in the back of her closet. Inside were love letters and photos related to Guy Hudson, as well as a letter from his father containing threats. He threw it all away with the exception of the one photo he appears with on the cover of News Time. He says it was the only one where they were dressed. The only one not from the affair itself. The picture is shown in full inside the magazine and was added to your evidence. The magazine also includes some additional history of 5P's career. He was born Felix Fellows. Oh, maybe that's why I was doing David Fellows. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. Okay, let's do Business Watch. Butler County Times. Chef's signature.
One of those probably pulls up the same articles if there's any article about it.
Yeah, but I'd rather be thorough, and especially since we need 6 of them. Yeah. No, I just did that. Starlet. Telephoto? Alright, no, never mind. Alright, okay. That's right, there was all that Dirty Davy stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Huh.
I remember reading this.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's maybe any keywords that we could have missed.
Yeah.
Since we need 6 goddamn...
Maybe... yeah.
Periodicals.
Probably the Portland Telegraph again. If it would be anywhere.
Here we go. You find an article about the dedication ceremony for the local Portland landmark called the Fountain of Youths. Apparently at the unveiling of the fountain, the mayor of Portland made a speech and there were performances by multiple local entertainers, as well as a ribbon cutting from the people most instrumental in bringing the fountain into fruition. The article calls out that all the performers and speakers, with the exception of the mayor, were foster care alumni, and most of them grew up together as close friends. This includes poets, musicians, and dancers. Dirte Davy was listed as one of the musicians. Okay, hold on.
Fountain of Youths.
The Fountain of Youths, also known as Foster Fountain, is a fountain found in a small park in Portland. All proceeds from change thrown into the fountain are donated to the foster care system. A website for Portland's Parks and Recreation mentions under a trivia section that the Fountain of Youths was originally conceived by Ruby Spratt, an alumni of the foster care system. As more businesses signed on as sponsors, it grew in scope, even beyond Spratt's original hopes. Interesting that this name
Interesting to
pops
find
up.
her here. Yeah.
The fountain is unique because it has special targets that visitors can aim their coins towards.
Oh my God, Aunt, I just had a thought.
What?
Okay, so Clark told us that Ruby threw away his sister's hair sample, right?
Yeah, she's a bastard. She's a Guy Hudson bastard.
And she's in charge of the of doing the DNA testing.
Mm-hmm. If there's less people, that's more money for her.
Right. But what if she's falsifying who isn't a root tree?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more than, like, she's the one. Like, after 5Ps came out, she's basically been straight up denying and just every other one that's come out has been proven
right.
wrong.
So we need to revisit Anonymom.
That's the thing is I'm willing to bet that this is probably Anonymom. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Ruby Spratt.
Okay, if that is Ruby Spratt, though, why would she? Okay, she's obviously got something else up her sleeve.
There's more here, yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely Anonymom.
Yeah.
Because her child is Jane Doe Roottrees. It's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I think too, Hillary. I think that Ruby and 5Ps know each other.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought, is because she was in charge of the fountain and he performed there and they were both in the foster care system.
Yeah. Look, why is all Ruby Spratt shit here in his?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, cahoots.
It's cahoots. They're cahooting.
Oh God. That doesn't make a good verb. I don't like that.
That's an episode title. They're cahooting. As more businesses the fountain is unique because it has special targets that visitors can aim their coins towards. If a coin lands on one of these targets, each of the sponsored businesses matches it. This isn't a huge amount of money from each business, but more than 100 businesses have agreed to participate, so each penny becomes $1. I mean, that's cool. That is kind of cool.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, we really need to revisit Dirte Davy because I don't know if his DNA test was actually correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a smoking gun that proves that he's not a root tree. But with that many articles, we need to dig them up. We need to figure out where they are. Yeah. There was that controversy about his birthday. You're right, Loop.
Alright, we did that. Alright, there's some... So, okay. So, I want to go back to all your problems. Okay. It feels like there's another, because the way that they usually break this down is like, okay, this is like evidence, this is spider searches, and then all the articles are here.
All the periodicals, yeah.
So, alright. It feels
if he was 17 in 92, then he was born in 75, not 70, what was it, 78?
Uh-huh.
So if he was born in 1975, then it seems less likely that he's Guy's kid, because Guy wasn't president at that time.
Ruby Sprout was featured in the Portland Telegraph when she was in high school in an article called Local Teen Making Change for Foster Care System. According to the article, Ruby Sprout grew up in the foster care system, was apparently the valedictorian of her school, and was as a Girl Scout who, at the time of the article, was earning her Gold Award. This required a project to help the community, and Ruby chose to raise money to build a fountain she called Foster Fountain. The fountain has a few small pedestals that stick up high above the water. People are expected to toss coins into the fountain for good luck, and will be encouraged to aim for the top of the pedestals. All the coins scraped from the bottom are slated to be donated to Portland's foster care system. A coalition of local businesses that sponsor the fountain have committed to matching any of the donations that successfully land on the targets. Did that update one? Yes, that was another one.
Yeah, great.
Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, see, Anonymom is here too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what? I think we dig into Anonymom now.
Okay.